slinging strawberries and working in a Scottish farm, baby. Whoa, making that money. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mike Yanek Show, episode 73. Yeah, I hope that you're doing well and I hope that you're having a fantastic week. Here at the Mike Yanek Show, we're celebrating Strawberry Month, okay? Because I am sharing my unbelievable journey when I first came to this country. Because as of the 21st of May, 2021, your boy, Mikey, the Bulgarian nightmare, Yanek, is celebrating 10 years. 10 years I've been in this country and I heavily improved the lives and the conditions of all the citizens of Great Britain. Every day I get emails. Tons of them. There's like a little truck, pickup truck, bang, 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 going back. And he said, hey, listen, you have all these letters. People just congratulating you and they're so grateful that you're in this country. Where should I dump them, guy? And I said, go to the back. I have like this huge place where all the mails and everything goes and people are just so grateful. So I decided, me, I'm a good person, to give back to the community. So I'm, in the next few weeks, I'm just telling the story of the first few months because I used to work in a strawberry and lettuce farm in the UK, and it's quite interesting and funny and all that stuff. I was 21, wild and crazy, okay? So today, believe it or not, this is part 4, okay? And I'm not even 30% finished with the first farm. And then I got transferred to a second farm. So this is probably going to be like 20 parts or something like that. For the next 5 months, I'm going to be telling these stories. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't listened to the first 3 parts, go and listen to them or at least skim them through because, the story is connected. So you know what's happening now because I'll just plow ahead. I'll just plow the fields. Like I used to plow the fields in Scotland when I first arrived there because I was working very hard. Okay, so when we arrived to the farm on the second day, we didn't have work. So in the evening we were just chilling. I think it was like a Sunday or something. But it was like this massive storm. I think it was like the biggest storm in the last 15 or 20 years or something. And I remember, so we had the caravans, like the little quote-unquote village. And behind it was like this massive field of land strawberries. Because like I said in the previous episodes, in front of us, when you walk down maybe like a minute, there is like the high strawberry fields, which is quite good because they're propped up. So you just go between the rows and you pick them up quite quickly, right? But when you have the land strawberries, it's you're on your knees all the time and you're pushing like a little crate in front of you. It's a nightmare, right? But you know how they have, because in Scotland it rains a lot, and the only way you can have strawberries, because they need to be protected from the rain and from the winds, is they have like these huge, it's like a skeleton of like a little shed or something, and they have like these nylons. I don't know how they called, in English. And during the day and when the weather is good, I think the nylons are up, so they can get some sun and all that stuff. But in the evening they have to be put down. Okay. And that time it was raining, and it started raining, and it was like such a bad storm out of nowhere, right? And I remember we're just chilling, we're just talking, get to know each other, with all the people on the caravan, and somebody just literally run, like a supervisor or something, and he's just like banging on all the doors on all the caravans. And we're like, what the fuck's happening? We just popped our head, and you see this Polish guy. I'm not gonna mention his name. So there were 2 or 3 supervisors. They were all Polish. They're funny. They were funny though. I like them. And he's just like, quick. He's like with broken English. Like something's happening. And we're like, what the hell? And then I saw the farmer. He, the boss. He just like sprinting through all the caravans. And I was like, what the hell's happening, bro? So we went. And we saw, like everybody's like pulling these ropes because this structure was massive, and the nylons that we need to put on top were massive as well, so you couldn't just reach them. So they literally had like these really long like sticks or whatever, so you grab them and then you pull them down, and they had like all these ropes and stuff. It was crazy, right? And it's like insane. It's like almost like a tornado or whatever the fuck. Obviously it's an exaggeration, but still, and it's like raining and stuff. I felt, and it was like how do you call it, there was like lightning, and I was like, I feel like we're pirates of the Caribbean, like in the movie, because we're pulling down on the nylons and the wind is blowing and there's rain everywhere and everybody's screaming, quick we need to protect the strawberries. Oh no, god damn it, don't let the strawberries get destroyed or whatever. And everybody's running around in this field. It's quite big as well. And me and my mate, that I told you we become mates, we have no idea what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's screaming in their own language, and it's like broken English here and there. It's like, what the hell's happening, bro? No fucking idea, right? And I'm just start laughing. I have this thing, I don't know why, but sometimes in very intense situations or like very inappropriate situations, that belly laughter that you cannot control. I get into it quite often, and it's so bad because the more you try to hold it in, the more you start laughing. So I just started giggling because I see people flying about because of the of the wind and the rain, and everybody's panicking and screaming and stuff. And I started just laughing hysterically, but it was so loud and so much. It was so much noise, and everybody was yelling so much that nobody heard me. So I'm just like literally giggling. I'm not doing anything, by the way. Like I'm pretending that I'm like, yeah, I'm holding the rope, guys. No worries. And people just, it felt like fucking like a war scene from a movie. You know what I'm saying? But instead of bullets, there were strawberries flying everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like a strawberry hits you in the neck, and you're like, oh no, goddamn, I got hit, man, continue, go without me. And you fall down to the ground, and everybody gathers around. Oh my god, can you continue? Like, yeah, tell my family, oh, I love them. And then you know what I'm saying, you just got hit by a strawberry, bro. What are you supposed to do, not die over there? And I'm just giggling, and I'm just laughing, and I'm just pretending that I'm like, yeah, bro, I got your back, dude. And I'm holding this rope, and there's like a few people who just like pulling it like crazy, and I'm at the end. I'm holding it, but I'm not really holding it, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god, bro. That's why my boss hated me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was slack off, because that's my thing though. When I work a job, I hate for work for somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So, and the farm, I just did the bare minimum because, like if I do more work, I'm not going to get rewarded. So I just did the bare minimum as long as I don't get fired. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just holding it, and everybody's like screaming up and down and running. It was crazy, bro. We were there probably like for 2 hours. It was the craziest shit ever. And we just arrived. We arrived the previous day, midday. And the next day, there is supposed to be our day off because we went to the village, buy some food, and just checked it out. And in the evening, we're like, what the fuck's happening here, dude? Where the hell am I, And the next day, and we managed, we managed to protect the strawberries, and the farmer, he was like, oh, thank you very much, whatever the fuck, and so anyways, so the next day we started work and shit. And I remember, so what we used to do is like, what time did we start? Maybe 8. So we all gather like in a little circle or whatever in front of the farm, and the farmer, oh no, so there was like this caravan or something, and his office was in caravan. How fucking funny is that, right? And I think he didn't live in the farm. I think he lived somewhere in Cooper or maybe somewhere else. Because I remember after we finished work, he just left, which was very, very nice because he was like such a douchebag in everybody's business. And so we go to the caravan. He gives out like the list. He checks if everybody's there, and he gives how much strawberries you need to pick that day and all that stuff. And if somebody's been drunk or injured or something, he cannot make it. So he puts it down on the list. We go. That's about it, to be honest with you. You just go and you're by yourself. You take your little trolley. You have so we had these plastic little bags or something, and so the trolley is like, you push the trolley, and there's like 3 floors of like these standard black plastic crates, and on each crate you had, I think, 6 or 9, I'm not sure. When you go to the Tesco's or whatever, when you buy your strawberries, they're usually 400 grams of strawberries, and they come in these like plastic containers or whatever. They're very cheap and translucent or whatever, so pretty much that, So when we pick the strawberries, then they just go, after he does an inspection, and if everything's okay, they go to the factory where they package them and they put the labels and stuff, right? So pretty much, however, I put the strawberries in the crate, and then they weigh them at the end, so they need to see if it qualifies, but you kind of know how much you have to fill up the stuff, so you know what you're doing. And they just put like this little transparent plastic top and a few stickers or whatever, and that's it. So that's why I've always said, I've seen British people in this country not like wash their fruit and veg when they buy it. They open it and they eat it straight away. And I was like, no, what are you doing? Unless explicitly says washed, ready to eat, because like spinach or stuff like that, for instance, sometimes they washed it, because if you wash spinach, it gets very weird, you know what I mean? Like if it gets moist, it gets all fucked up. But I was like, you always have to wash them, because like in Wimbledon, for instance, when they go, all the posh British people, when they go and watch tennis, they love to eat strawberries, and they just open it like snack, right? And they just eat the strawberries, and I was like, you have to wash them. Bro, I've worked in a farm. I've seen some wild shit. I've seen some stuff that you don't want me to disclose right now, what people do to those strawberries. You know what I'm saying? And also, you're dirty. Your hands are super dirty all the time, and you touch them and stuff. And nobody washes them when they go to the factory. Nobody's gonna put the extra time to wash them and stuff. No, just put the lid and that's it. And just you need to go. So anyway, yeah, you start your day. You have like a little watch. It's good to have like a watch or something, so you know what time you do, and they give you the time as well. So for instance, literally every single day, depending on how many strawberries have been ordered and how many strawberries I think we have, because like once you complete one little area, it takes probably, I don't know, a few weeks maybe or something for the strawberries to grow back in it. So I don't know how it works, so you cannot go and do it again. So every day they literally give you the hours. Sometimes they give you 4 hours, sometimes 5, 6, but I don't think there was more than like 7 or 8 hours. I'm not sure, but I remember we finished around 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, around like 1 or 12, 1 or 2, sometimes 3 even, But the thing is, once you start, it's very intense, to be honest with you, and time flies very fast, because it's like, even if you kind of know how to do it, you still have to hurry. It's not like, even if you have the technique down, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna take a few minutes off. No, you have to be go all the time, and time flies super fast that way. And at the beginning, like I told you in the previous episode, the first, I think, 2 weeks I was under the line, because like I said, we have a line and a quota. If you're below the line, if you're there for like 10 days or something like that, if you do not improve, then they might fire you. They fire a few people, and if you're above the line, you're safe, right? And at the beginning, I had a lot of issues, and I was feeling so bad about myself, because and I was 21, and usually I'm not very good at stuff, to be honest with you. It's very rare that I'll click into something and figure out how to do it. So I was just like, man, I'm shit, and we spend all that money. I came all the way, I went to the other part of Europe, and look at me now, I can do it. But then I figured it out finally, And that's the thing, like, you work by yourself, but the thing is, because the areas, they're like, so they're like closed off, and I think there's like 6 or 7 rows on each little, let's call it house. I don't know what's the name of it, with the plastic and on top of it. So when you go inside, you have a row, and it's usually, I think it's 2 people. No, it's like you go to a row, you finish, you go to the end, you finish, and then you continue and you go to the next house. You know what I mean? You don't turn around, because those trolleys were kind of difficult to turn around in those small spaces. So you literally just keep going, just going forward, and at the end, when you leave, there's like 10 houses in a row, right? So let's say there's like 15 houses next to each other and 10 houses deep, right? How much is that? Like fucking 150 or whatever. And then you have 7 rows, and they're quite big, right? So in a day, maybe you do like, I don't know, maybe 7, 8, 9 rows, and you're done, right? So when you finish all the houses, because there's a bit of space between each house, you can turn around then, you know what I mean, and go to the next one. So this is how we did. So when you walk in, there's always somebody on the left or on the right side picking strawberries as well, right? And even though they're high strawberries, but you can kind of see who's there. So the thing is, this is how I kind of got to know everybody else from the place, because like, some of them didn't speak English, and the thing is, we're brand new, so I'm not gonna go and knock on people's caravans and be like, hey, hello, it's me, I'm Bulgarian Mike, I want to meet you, how you doing? So it doesn't work that way, So it was quite nice. You kind of walk in, hey, hello, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, I'm doing good. So you get like you create these little mini relationships with certain people. You create nicknames for each other. It's so bizarre. You kind of feel like you're in prison, because you barely see them. You can hear them, but you barely see them. And then when you leave, and at the end, when you're all gathering around, you'll be like, oh, were you today this guy and that guy? And this is how you kind of get to meet them. So yeah, so you finish the work, you sign, you go, you give out all your strawberries. They do a check, which is very quick because the supervisor know what you're looking at. So he just give a little check and see if there's like any defective ones. But if you find a defective, which were very rare, I don't know, like I told you, this guy was pumping these strawberries with some steroids, bro. Honestly, like, yeah, I'm a strawberry, I don't know, over here. I go inside and I see this massive strawberry in the corner just fucking doing curls, bro, with dumbbells, Got these little strawberry muscles, but there was no defective ones. And so you just go, you give out, you show your trolley. The supervisor, he literally just goes and just have like a little check. Okay, that looks fine. Pulls out the other tray, tuk, 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 that's fine. Pulls the other tray, that's fine, right? And I think, was it like 6 or 7 or 8 trays or something like that? So I think, was it like a tray per hour? No, I think, yeah, maybe one big tray, including those little plastic ones, That's like kilo and something, if not even more strawberries, or maybe 2.5 kilos an hour or something, I don't know. And and then you go, he signs you like how many crates you've done for the hours and all that stuff. You give like a little signature and boom, and that's it. And then you're free for the rest of the day. But the thing is, because we're literally in the middle of fucking nowhere, and now what you gonna do? Because it's like, okay, you go home. Oh, the other thing, so my caravan had like one shower, and it's very small, and it had like a boiler and stuff, so you need to wait for the water. And because we're 6 people, we had this like unwritten rule in my house that there's no bookings, you know what I mean? There's no shotguns, no nothing in the shower, like you cannot be like, oh, I'm going first, I'm going second. No, whoever walks into the shower first, he gets a shower. So what we used to do is, I'm not exaggerating, our group, when we finished, my caravan, we literally used to sprint from the strawberries, because everybody kind of finishes at the same time, you know what I mean? Because you have the hours. It's very rare somebody will finish early. So we literally used to sprint, and I remember so many times me and my mate literally like chasing each other, and whoever gets into the shower first. I used to get, I think most of the time I used to get first, because, I used to be very fast boy, and... and then you get to get a shower first. But the showers were like, I think it was like 5 minutes a person or something like that, because there's 6 people and the boiler is small. The boiler, I think the water lasts like half an hour or something. It's like fucking hell. So it's like these fucking weird ass quick showers, and tiny shower, by the way. It's so funny. And it was a surprisingly warm weather and a surprisingly good summer, to be honest with you. I was very surprised when I went, because I was expecting to be gloomy and all that stuff. But I mean, it did rain often, but it was like a summer rain. It rains a little bit and then it stops, and it's sunshine the whole time, So I was like, okay, that's quite nice. But yeah, a lot of summer rain, which is kind of annoying, to be honest with you. I prefer rain. Okay, what is this delusional shit? Summer rain. Get the fuck out of here. If you're gonna rain. I want it to be dodgy, miserable, and cloudy. Okay, I don't want to have hope. I don't want to have hope when there's rain, because when it's summer rain, you think like, oh, something might happen in my life. Oh, look at that, it's still sunshine. No, it confuses me. I don't like to be confused, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we used to run to the shower, did that. And the thing is, I don't know why I got hooked on these little soups, like in powder form. It's like I've never had powder soup, and I used to eat them so much. But the thing is, because it's such a physical job, you need to have protein and calories, you know what I'm saying? So I was just eating all the bad food, dude. Because this was the first time I got money for myself. I've never had money before that for myself. Are you kidding me? And we used to go, and I used to buy this, like, it's a mix between spreadable white chocolate and chocolate milk chocolate or whatever. It's like this twirl. Oh my god, I used to eat that like crazy, bro, on bread. I used to eat crisps. Oh my god, so many crisps, right? Chips, American call them. We used to eat so much. Oh, I love like gummy bears and like all that jelly bones and all that shit, Haribos, and that soup, on powder. And I used to eat that all the time, right? But when you're 21, you don't. Your body doesn't give a fuck, dude. You wake up, you're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? You don't give a fuck. You can do that work all the time. And so we went. And you build a routine, but that's the problem though. When you finish, and I remember we finish work, and quite often me and my mate, we were like, okay, so if we go into the town, Cooper, which is nearby, which is like 40 minutes walking or something, we need to arrange it before. So when we finish, we take shower, we eat, and we go, And we started to go there because there's nothing what to do, because everybody else in the camp, because they didn't speak English, so they didn't want to go, because, like when you're there, when you go to the shops, you have to speak English. Sometimes I went, I think 2 times or something. I needed to send some money to Bulgaria, I think, or received, I'm not sure. I went to the post office and we went to the library where they had the computers and the internet, So I was just like, might as well. What are we gonna do? It was fucking boring, And then I'll tell you how. Oh yeah, hold on. So I met. There was a caravan nearby with these 5 Czech Republic dudes, okay? And they all spoke super good English, right? And I clocked them just one day because they were like talking to each other and stuff like that. And I was just passing by and I hear them speak English, And at that time, when you first arrived, you're kind of shy and stuff, so you don't go and, meet people. What the fuck? You just stick with the Bulgarian group. And I was like, hey, you speak English, blah, blah, blah. And we just started talking. We started chatting. They're super friendly. And it turns out that they were just kind of here for shits and giggles, because it turns out that they all have money. So what they do is every summer, those 5 guys, they're like best mates or whatever from Czech Republic since they were kids. And what they do is they just fucking travel. And they've been to America, they went to Spain, to Britain, I think Australia, New Zealand. They go all over the place, you know what I'm saying? All over the fucking place. And I was like, fucking hell. And they were even telling me how they wanted to go to Alaska next summer to fish crabs, to work on a crab farm or something, which is crazy, literally they're going to be working on a boat in the middle of the Arctic Sea or whatever the hell it's called, fishing crabs and shit. And I was like, what the hell, and they were supposed to open them, and that's some crazy job, and I was like, why do you want to do it? And he was like, just for experience, just for fun, just for stories. I mean, it would sound crazy, and he was like, yeah, they pay you $7 or whatever, and we'll probably lose money because of the ticket, but it's gonna be fun, innit? And I was like, that was the first time that I was like, oh, fuck. So some people, because I come from a poor place and poor country, so I was just like, oh, fuck, man. Some people do shit like that for recreation. Like, what the fuck, I'm not here for shits and giggles. I'm here to pay off my debt and make a bit of money so I can move to the UK, So we started talking. And one day, I remember, I just saw them, like, how you doing? How you doing? It's not like we became friends or anything. And one day, I go into the row, start picking and shit. And one of the guys, one of the Czech guys, he was next to me. He was like, hey, how you doing, mate? We just started talking, And I was like, are you the guy from the East? Oh, you're Czech Republic. Oh, you're the Bulgarian caravan or whatever, blah, blah, blah. What's your name? And I say my real name. So my real name is not, it's not Mike. But I'm not going to tell you what is it. If one day I open a Patreon, I'll show you. I'll tell you there, haha, behind the paywall. No, but it's not Mike. And it's different. It's traditional Bulgarian name. And I said to him my name, and I remember he was like, really? You don't look like so-and-so. He was like, and I was like, really? And he said, yeah. And he said, and I asked, how do I look? And he said, you look like a Mike. And I was like, huh, okay. And his name, I cannot mention it. Okay, so his name was whatever, like a Czech name. And I was like, oh, is your name so-and-so? And I was like, really? Well, you know what? You look like a Mike as well. Because he looked American, you know what I'm saying? Like, he looked like an American guy from Florida or something, like one of those frat boys or something like that, Like a frat, if you combine a frat boy with somebody who is like to Linkin Park, new metal. I used to love Linkin Park, that type of, he didn't look Eastern European. He looked so American. And I was like, and his accent was very American as well. And I was like, you look Mike as well. You look like a Mike as well. And from that moment on, because before that, everybody had such a difficult time, like the farmer pronouncing my name and all the Eastern European, all the Westerners. And then when I moved to the next farm, I started, telling to everybody, Mike, so anyway. And I was like, oh, okay, I fucking like that, because I had nicknames back in Bulgaria, but there was different nicknames, And I was like, oh, okay, I fucking like that, Mike. I'm gonna start calling myself Mike now, And then we became very good friends with, that caravan. And I just, at one point, I was like, you know what? I wanna improve my English. and I want to speak to people and just find out about their cultures because I've never left my country. So at one point I started going, because in my caravan, they're all Bulgarian, nobody spoke English, plus it doesn't make sense for us to speak English, when we're all Bulgarian. I started going to the Czech people's caravan, and it was so funny because I think like my caravan started to get jealous. It was so hilarious because they was like, oh, you're going there, blah blah blah. It was so funny, and my mate as well, he started getting jealous. I was telling my girlfriend about my mate from the farm, and she was like, "Oh, you sounded like you had such a bromance," I need to see if I can find him on Facebook. By the way, I need to text him. I haven't like the last time I texted him was literally years ago, probably 2000. I was still probably in London, or like just came to Liverpool or something, 2014, And but yeah, I started going then, and it turns out that there was another Bulgarian dude, but he was not in our caravan. He was in a different caravan with. So yeah, there was one Bulgarian couple in their own caravan. There was our caravan, and there was another Bulgarian caravan, and those dudes were wild. Like, oh my fucking god! Like, they were all mixed from all over the country, not from one place. Because our place was kind of, I think, 3 people from my city and 3 people from another city or something like that, right? But that caravan was mixed. There was people from the East Coast, people from my city, all over the people from the capital, and they were all these like crazy dudes, and they've been in the farm for a few years. They were party animals, dude. They literally fucking, what they did is like all the money they made, they spend it. Like, you know what I'm saying? They made the money because we get paid, I think, end of every week and on Friday, right? And they go on Friday night and they buy all the alcohol, booze, and all that shit, and they come back to the caravan. Party city, baby. You know what I'm saying? And there were some Polish girls there as well. And I think those dudes did some work, you know what I'm saying? Not me though. Oh, bro, I was like, if you think I'm bad with women now, oh my god, back in the day, even more, dude. And such problem because I'm such sexy boy. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst because I can attract them, but once they see my crazy personality, they run away. You know what I'm saying? I didn't stab nobody. I didn't stab nobody. You know what I'm saying? In the farm, but I wish it did. There was only one girl. Oh, it's so funny. So there was like this couple, Polish girl and Polish boy. They were the girl was 19, the boy was 20, and they were married. And I was like, what? They didn't have a kid or anything like that. And I was like, what the fuck? And then they didn't speak any English, by the way. And I found out that they are like from a small village or something. The girl was so fucking beautiful, and the guy, I think the girl really fancied me because she was always smiling at me, trying to talk with me, you know what I mean, all that stuff. And I was, bro, when we were picking the ground strawberries, you can be shirtless, you know what I mean, when you do the ground strawberries, because when you have the upper strawberries, you have everything. When you walk, they kind of hit you in the arms and shit, and on the shirt, so you cannot be really shirtless. But when they're on the ground, you on your knees and just pushing the crate and you're shirtless. Bro, I was shirtless all the time, and I'm over there sweating, glistening, bro. And I remember I used to be, I'm such a tease. Because the thing is, I know I'm not gonna do anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucking bad with women, but I like when they find me desirable, you know what I'm saying? So I'm such a tease, bro. So I used to do is when I see the schedule and I know the next day who is working where, because they're like groups. Sometimes because the field, land strawberry field, it's so big that sometimes people start on the other end, so you cannot see them. They're so far away. But if I know who is next to me, and if I see that Polish girl or some other girls, bro, before I go out, fucking do a few push-ups. I'm not joking. Do fucking push-ups, put deodorant, get my hair done, get my fucking face done, you know what I'm saying? Wash, clean everything, in the morning. Get all fucking sexy. Build up a bit of a sweat and just fucking glistening with it. I used to have a six-pack, I used to be skinny, so everything is a six-pack when you're skinny. I'm fucking sexy, but over there teasing those Polish women, you know what I'm saying? The Bulgarian stallion over here. Oh my god, bro. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh no, 30 minutes already. But Mike, we're having so much fun. But yeah, so that's it. I'm going to be finishing up now. And but let me just tell you. So yeah, this is how I got my nickname, Mike. And I'll tell you next episode. I'll tell you. It turns out that one of the Czech Republic guys and the Bulgarian guy had laptops. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. And I saw, like a computer because I haven't seen in a few weeks by that time. And it was very difficult. And by the way, I didn't have a computer. That was the toughest summer ever. Like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months without a computer. Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Anyway, I'll talk to you more next week. I'll tell you about the ground strawberries. I'll tell you about how I almost got into a fight and I almost got evicted from the farm with a guy, with a Bulgarian dude. Oh, that was a very crazy story. And then I will tell you how we got transferred to another farm. And then in the next few episodes, I'll tell you about the lettuce farm because that's a completely separate story of its own. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed this podcast. Make sure you tune in next week, okay? Watch all the previous ones, and we're gonna have even more fun. Enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Bye!
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.